Hello, hello. What's cracking with y'all? It's your boy back up in this thing. K-Mac reporting to y'all live from my crib. Today, on this very fine Tuesday, here to recap the playoff game we witnessed yesterday, Monday, 4:30 Eastern Time, in which the Steelers lost 17-31. And we're going to dive in, and I just plan to focus on this episode being more or less about this game and just, same story, different year, man. Same story, different year. So the first drive, on offense, we get a 20-yard pass play to Jaylen Warren. End up punting the ball. Bills come down pretty well with ease. Score a touchdown there with Dawson Knox to the left side of the end zone. I believe both teams go 3-and-out or whatever. I mean, it's like 4 minutes left in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Buffalo. And George Pickens fumbles the ball at our 20-yard line. Next play. Touchdown. Dalton Kincaid up the seams. Before you even know it, it's 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. It's like we just grabbed our drink. We just grabbed our popcorn, sitting down to watch the game, and we're already down 2 fucking scores. So we're down 14-0, and we finally get a drive going. Just the first couple of drives there in the first quarter, we looked out of sync, out of rhythm, especially on third down. Thought Buffalo got some timely pressures there as well, as just couldn't convert third downs early. And, when you're playing a team like Buffalo, man, you really got to convert some third downs. Not only just try to score, but just keeping the ball away from them. You just can't. I mean, we had arguably... And I forgot about the Freiermuth play. We arguably had like 3 turnover-worthy plays in the fucking first quarter. Or the first half. Like Freiermuth. I don't know how they called that a fumble out of bounds or whatever, because it might have hit his helmet when he was out or something. I don't know. That one was kind of weird to me. And then the Pickens fumble. And like, wow. This is... just like how it's been the past 4 or 5 playoff games, man. We just start out slow. And we're already fucking down fighting. We're already down. We're already down. It ain't going to be easy beating Buffalo. But when you're already giving them extra chances. And now you're having to fight 2 wars, with your hands tied behind your back due to injuries and this and that. It's just a lot to ask to overcome. But we get to the second quarter. It's 14-0. And we finally get a drive going. We get to the red zone. It's like 2nd and goal, I want to say. We just threw a pass that didn't work. I'm thinking, all right, maybe you run the ball here. That's what we got Najee for. We've been able to run the ball in the red zone the past most of the season. Honestly, when we get in the red zone with Najee or Warren, usually we score with those 2. But for whatever reason, 2nd and goal, Mason Rudolph throws a pass to Deontay, left side of the fucking end zone. Intercepted. And there's your fucking game right there. That's your game right there, man. That's a 14-point swing. Buffalo comes down. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the play where Josh Allen runs it for 50 yards. And we're down 21-0. Halfway or at some point during the second quarter. I'm like, this is how it's been the past 4 fucking games in the playoffs. We get into the game, and before you know it, we're already fucking down 2 or 3 scores because the offense turns the ball over. The defense, I wasn't going to ask them to play. You're asking them to do too much. We're already playing without TJ Watt. Don't put any more pressure on them than you need to. So, for me, this game was going to be more on how the offense played. They needed to help give the defense a fucking break, but you can't start out slow, and you especially cannot turn the ball over, and that's your game, man. So we get to second quarter, it's 21-0. The Bills are about to kick another fucking field goal, and we finally make the play. We block that bitch, and get the ball at the 30-yard line, and we get a Deontay Johnson touchdown to cut it to 21-7 with about a minute and a half to go till half. We get a stop on defense with about 50-ish seconds left, close to a minute. I don't know why Tomlin didn't take his timeout. I would have taken your timeouts and see if you why not? Why not? Why not try to make up for the pathetic start and showing from this squad in the first half? Why not try to get a 3 there? Why not try to, fuck it, maybe you get a PI. Fuck it, maybe you get a big Pickens play, but you let a whole minute go off the clock and then use a timeout with 2 seconds left? What the fuck was that shit for? At that point, you might as well let it go to half. So we go into half, 21-7. And it's like, oh my gosh, dude. And when you get down in these kind of games, it makes the run not as, I don't know, it makes it more counterproductive than productive because we're down 2 scores. We haven't been able to run the ball that well, but now because of the score, we really got to throw it now. So it makes the run almost irrelevant. So we come out of the half, and we start good. First play was almost a fumble recovery. I don't remember who it was. I know it was one of the tight ends, but if they catch it and run with 2 feet, they only caught him running it with 1, so he didn't complete the process of the catch. But if he got another foot down, that was a fumble. But we get a sack on second down. We got 2 sacks yesterday, and we get the ball back, get a drive going, and then third and medium, Mason Rudolph gets sacked, I want to say, or forces a third. No, he forces a pass to George Pickens, and not able to complete it. It was a tough throw, tough catch, honestly. It was just double covered. And we're down 21-10. So, Buffalo, they just, after we scored that field goal, it's like, all right, we got 2 scoring drives back to back. We're only down 11. We can do this, man. I'm not quitting. I don't quit. I know it's tough. It was really tough to feel confident yesterday during that first half, but, we were able to slow shit down a little bit. Buffalo was able to get a drive going, kill most of the clock. They ended up kicking 3, so that was big. Just a lot of bending yesterday, not breaking out of the defense. So it's 10-24 there towards the end of the third. I thought Rudolph, honestly, kept his composure pretty well. I thought he moved around kind of well. I thought he played good. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really blame this game on. It's hard to blame it. Really, you can't blame it on one person. I just look at it as the turnovers just fucked us from the start. That's just too many. You can't. We'll get to that in a second. So eventually, towards the end of the third quarter, we got a good drive going. Unfortunately, Allen Robinson got hurt during the game, so Calvin Austin III slid in there. Sorry. And on that play where Josh Allen rolled out all the way to his right on a big third down, threw it across the left side of the field, back across his body to Diggs. Porter Jr. gets cracked from behind by an offensive lineman. No illegal block in the back. No, nothing. Just no safety. No, no regards for the defensive player. And that brings up another point. 2 things can be true. We lost that game, no question. But another thing I will say is the referees, that shit was so fucking biased. That, and then the fucking Stephon Diggs coming on our sideline and drinking water. What the fuck was that shit all about? After our first down, you're going to come to our sideline and drink a fucking one of our water bottles? What the fuck is that shit all about? Man, that was a soft, unnecessary roughness on Miles Jack on that fucking quarterback slide by Allen. What the fuck do you want him to do? I don't know when he's going to run or when he's going to slide. But, anyways, beginning the fourth quarter, or maybe a little bit into the fourth quarter, we got a Calvin Austin, the third touchdown, due to some big plays by Deontay Johnson. I thought for once, after he caught the ball, he actually went north-south, not east-west, and made some good moves to get some first downs there. And we were able to get to a one-score game, 17-24 with about 10-ish minutes to go. And I was like, well, it's a one-score game. Maybe the defense can get a stop, and let's see what happens, man. For as bad as it got, being down 21-0, we got it to a one-score game in the fourth quarter. And, you got to give them at least that, man. They at least kept fighting. They tried their best. But, 17-24. And that Shakur, the wide receiver for the Bills, Minka doesn't wrap up on a tackle. He just stays on his feet, goes 20 or 30 yards for a touchdown. And at this point, it's 17-31 with like 5 or 6 minutes to go, I want to say. And, that was it, man. I mean, that was the dagger. The Bills did miss a field goal to cut it to 34-17, and the offense failed on fourth down. Arguably was a George Pickens defensive pass interference, but I'm not gonna look for a soft call. I mean, I thought it was questionable, but I'm not gonna fucking be pissed about it because it didn't change the game. We were gonna lose. I mean, yeah, the referees probably wanted Buffalo to win. The NFL probably wanted Buffalo to win to go play Kansas City just for the ratings and the money and all that shit. But regardless, we didn't deserve to win that game. We didn't play well. And the fact that George Pickens after the game was saying we played the Bills and the refs, Pickens, keep your mouth shut, my dude. You've been balling out the past month, but how about you don't fumble the ball? You bitch about how getting the ball, and you get the ball for what was probably going to be a first down, and you fumble it in a playoff game early at our own 20-yard line. And you cannot give teams like the Bills, you can't give Josh Allen, you can't give those guys extra. Like, that's a gimme. That's a fucking layup right there. That's like, hey, you want a touchdown? Take it. We don't want it. But, I mean, other than that interception that Rudolph kind of forced to Deontay 100%, I thought he played well. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 229 yards, 22 of 39. Some garbage time was definitely in there, but I don't really think having anyone else in there would have changed anything. We couldn't really keep a good balance going with the run game just because of the way the score was, and just just off timing, off rhythm with this offense. And it's just, I wasn't upset yesterday. I was more or less just disappointed because it was like, Buffalo beat us, but we also played a part in beating ourselves. And that's been the same narrative the past 4. What is it? So the Patriots back in 2016, then the Jacksonville Jaguars back in 2017, then the Cleveland Browns in 2020, then the Chiefs 2021. Yeah, so the past 4 games, man, we have allowed 30-plus points. We've been outscored big fucking time. You look at the score differential, it's insane. And, you just look at the first half scores, and we're just getting our ass kicked. We're just getting throttled. We fought all year to get to this spot. In the next episode, and the season finale of Season 1 of the Blitzburg Coverage Podcast, I will do a season finale recap, just a season recap of everything, touching on my thoughts, and just talk about a lot of shit too, before we head into the off season, which I'll do that for Season 2. But I don't know. It just sucks that it's like, yo, it's the same thing every playoff game, bro. Like, we just can't get out of our own way, you know. It's a different game, but Pickens holds on to the ball. Maybe we go down and score. Maybe we punt it. Maybe we get a field goal. So, I mean, you can erase that 7 points. Or maybe Buffalo go down. You know, you just don't know. And then you look at, well, we're down 14-0. Maybe we score their 3rd and goal with Naj. Maybe we run the ball on 2nd and goal with Warren and run it in for a touchdown. It's 14-7. Maybe we kick a field goal. I don't know. It's just... And those big moments, man, we just came up small. And just disappointing, man. You know, I knew it would be a tough game to beat Buffalo. I knew it would be tough. You know, they're a good team, man. They're trying to get over the Chiefs hump. You know, they've won and they wild card like 5 years straight or something crazy. So, but you just can't give teams like that extra possessions. You can't beat yourself with the 2 turnovers. I thought we didn't. The defense didn't play trash. They got us back into it, but at the same time, without number 90, man, I don't even think TJ would have helped just because the offense fucked it up from the get-go. It's like you're already fighting with your arms tied behind your back. It's already going to be hard beating Buffalo and Buffalo, no question. But it's just the 2 turnovers for me, and that's my fucking takeaway from this. I think that's what everyone's main takeaway should be. If we don't turn the ball over, take that shit away, and it's 17-17. Who knows? I'm not going to say it would be a tied game, but you gave Buffalo a 14-point swing there. We should have had points, and they shouldn't have had that gimme touchdown. But, you know, Josh Allen did his thing. He didn't throw any turnovers, so you just got to give him credit. And the Bills, you know, for all the injuries they had, they did what they needed to do, and you know, one and done again. So that's that for me. That's all I got to say. And I don't know when I'll do a season recap. Maybe next week, maybe later this week. I don't know, but I'll probably do one soon, and then I'll be gone for a hot minute. Just gonna take some time. Still gonna watch the playoffs, but yeah, man, we'll be back. Don't worry, we ain't going nowhere, man. This team ain't going nowhere either. Tomlin's probably gonna be back, according to at least reports. Who fucking knows? And these players love playing for him. I don't know what, you know. It's 2 things can be true. I think Tomlin's a good coach. I don't know if he's a great or an elite coach because 8-10 in playoffs is his record. And you know, it's just, I can't argue with these 5 or 4 one and dones, man. It's like it's the same thing every time. And it sucks. We're right there. We're not trash. We're not elite. We're right there, man. We made the playoffs 3 out of the past 4 years. We're right there. This team is young. We got... I'm out. I hope you all enjoyed the podcast episode. And, you know, I ain't going nowhere, man. I'm in too deep. We'll be back, man. I can't wait for the day we reign supreme again. One day we're hosting that number 7 trophy. We'll be here for it, man. I ain't going nowhere. We'll be back one day, y'all. We just gotta hang in there, man. Just gotta believe. We'll be back. We'll be back. We ain't going nowhere, for real. So, y'all have a great day. And, yeah, have a good week. Enjoy your January. Toodaloo.